Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of the Honesty Podcast. I'm Renor, the host, and lovely to have you here again. Today, we're going to talk about what it takes. So, what do I mean with that? The question I want to answer today is what does it take to become relevant, successful, and happy in one go? This is maybe one of the most complicated situation a human being can be in, where you sit on thoughts where you're not really sure. I mean, let's look at this in this kind of perspective. You're in a situation, you're working, you're living, you're sleeping, you're eating, and everything goes on, and the days go by, weeks, months, and now it's December again. And you look back the last 12 months, the 11 months of the year, and you just think, what did I do? What happened? A few days ago, when I was sitting down working, I had a quick thought to myself where I was just thinking about the year and everything that happened. And I looked at the date and I thought, wow, it's the end of November. First, how fast did that happen? And second, what happened? Like, imagine this. I was reflecting every week based on my goals. Did I, achieve them of the goals of the week? Did I achieve them? And every month I was reflecting on the month and was checking if I reached my goals for the month and so on and so forth. But still, the year went far faster than I ever thought. 2025 was like, yeah, man, it's 2025. Like, it's already 26. So what are you talking about? Like, so much war and so much things happening at once, and everything is just there, and then it's not. Shit happens, shit is gone again. It's just daily some stuff happening and some stuff just vanishing again and happening again. And when I thought back, I was like, bro, 25 is gone. Only one month left, and what's left is just some weeks, some days, and then it's gone. And the next year starts. And so I was thinking, okay, if you have a vision, if you have goals, if you have to-dos, you still get caught up with time. Time caught up, and you start reflecting again, and then all the time, every time, you think the same. Wow. The past few weeks and months just vanished. So where am I getting with this? Where am I going with this? To become successful, happy, and whatever, what it takes is, in very short terms, a clear understanding of time. So what do I mean with that? If you look into everything that ever existed, everything that ever existed in the whole universe and the whole thing that we are in had one thing in common and had only one thing connected. Think of yourself. If you ask somebody, do you think you are somehow connected, or somehow do you have anything relatable with Genghis Khan, with Aristotle, with Socrates, or whoever in the history? Let's say not even a human. Let's say Do you have anything in common with the Great Pyramid of Giza? Whatever. Everybody would just say, what do you mean? Like, no, Genghis Khan is not from my family. The pyramid is like a pyramid. It's not a human. How can I be related to it? And you would just be confused. But if you look into it deeper, you understand that one thing only connects you with everything that ever existed. And that thing is time. Think about it as something that always and is and always existed. You live, you die, you create, it destroys, it gets destroyed, you build, you rebuild, you destroy, whatever. And all of that is happening is always connected to time. So, if you want to know what it takes to become successful, to go further on with your life, to rock 26, rock 27, rock 28, whatever, every year just rocking and going on and doing it, it takes a clear understanding of time. If you understand the concept of this second, the next second, the second that was, you get conscious of what you're doing. So, having a clear understanding of time will give you consciousness of what you're doing. By having consciousness of what you're doing, you will be able to control what you're doing. Let's take a quick example. You always hear the people, like just as you heard me a few minutes ago, talk about how fast time goes on. Oh wow, it's already Friday. Whoa. If you ask a person that says something like this regularly, hey man, what did you do on Wednesday? They won't know what to say to you. They don't know how to answer that question. Maybe they will tell you, yeah, I was working and then I went home and I've slept. But more than that, more details than that won't occur. So it's like it just happened. So to get this into a perspective, these people don't have a clear view on time and things that are happening, so they're not conscious. And if you're not conscious, you're not controlling what you're doing. And not controlling what you're doing means you're a puppet. You're just an empty shelf going on in life, not thinking and just doing. You just happen. So, to know what it takes to become successful and to become everything you ever desired, whatever, is to understand the concept of time. So by understanding the concept of time, you become conscious of what you're doing. By becoming conscious of what you're doing, you can control what you're doing. So keep that in mind. There are 3 steps: time, consciousness, and control. If you keep these 3 things in line, and if you keep these things in general somehow into your life and understanding about it, you will definitely go further than not having these in control. Let's take an example on that. So, you want to build a business. Whatever kind of business. Just a service-based business, so you have to do something. Let's say you create websites. Or let's say even better, something more general. You wanna paint. You wanna paint people's houses or people's rooms. Or you're a baker. You have a bakery and you bake bread, for example. Having no control or having no understanding of time and no control. So meaning if you don't have an understanding of time, you don't have consciousness or control, will lead to you doing things wrongfully. So let's say you have an appointment to paint somebody's house. You go out, you go there, and the guy looks at you weird. And you're like, what is going on? Why are you looking weird? And he just looks at you and tells you, you're 1 hour late. What are you doing? Oh, sorry, I must have forgotten time. All right, then yeah, when I saw that you're more than 20 minutes late, I just got somebody else. They just came, so thank you for your service. Bye. So you just lost a couple thousand or a couple $100, francs, whatever, and gone. Why? Because you weren't able to manage time. So you were not in control. Maybe you were hangover, maybe something happened and it brought you off, but you weren't in control. And the result of that meant you're not making any money for the business. So what is your next step? Well, become conscious of that. Understand, why did that happen? Why did I just lose a client? He signed, but I was late, so why? And then you start thinking, okay, because that happened, and whatever, and this and that. And at the end, the answer is always the same. I didn't manage. I wasn't able to manage time. I wasn't able to get the kids to the school first and then go this and that and then go to the client. I wasn't able to, I don't know, shower, whatever, do in the morning and then go to that client. I wasn't able to do that. So why? Because I didn't have the management of my time. So not managing your time will lead to you having failures after failures after failures. You know, the people that say to you, failing is good. Because after quite a lot of failures, you will learn. Well, people that don't manage their time and are not conscious about their time and then have control from it will never learn. Because they're not conscious. So everything you do and every little second that you live on this planet is only going to lead you to success when you manage time. Time management is maybe the number one, not maybe, but it is the number one skill that you as a human being that wants to be successful, that wants to go somewhere, has to have in their pocket. It's not even a skill anymore. It's like a commodity. You have to have it. Like it's there and you have to just take it and implement it into your system. There has to be a calendar. There has to be a whiteboard. There has to be a notebook, whatever, a note taker, Notion, whatever. But you have to manage time, even if it's your breaks. Every time I go to holidays, even though I don't have any employees under me, or anybody that really, needs to know if I'm in holidays or not, I always put in the holidays into my calendar. So I just know consciously I'm going to the holidays, I'm going to be there for 2 weeks, and I have to manage things differently because it states right on top of my calendar, holidays, number 1, number 2, number 3. This is if you use Google Calendar, it shows you like the days of the length of that appointment or like in that entry. So what does this mean for me? I'm always conscious about what I'm doing, even though if it's a break, even though if I'm just laying down on my bed and just scrolling, whatever. I know that right now I don't have any appointments. I don't have anything in my calendar written in that I have to do. That's why I'm able to lay down and scroll. By doing that, I'm doing it consciously and controlled. So the system and the algorithms and all of that don't have an effect on me. And they don't have an effect on anybody that does this. Because you're conscious and you are in control. So, if you listen to this episode and you want to take with you something, even though if it's like this, just like a little tiny thing, just take this. Implement a calendar system into your life. Like, I'm not talking about appointments from the dentist. This is like the minimum, bare minimum. I'm talking about everything you do. Oh man, it's way too controlled. I don't want to be so controllative of my life. I don't want to be so structured. I'm more a spontaneous person. Bro, then put in spontaneous time into your calendar. But your mind has to be conscious about that. Because if you're not conscious, you're not in control and you're getting controlled. And you don't want to get controlled from anything else than God and yourself. Or the universe and yourself, or whatever do you believe in. So, my friend, if anything ever happened in this existence of this universe, then it happened because time allowed it to do. And time is controlled by anything higher than us. So, before you stand up next tomorrow, Monday, day starts, whatever, you make yourself conscious that now it's 6 a.m. Now it's 6:30 a.m. In my calendar, I have a to-do at 6:35, so I have to do the stretches that I wanted to do. I have to make my breakfast. To do. And you just click them off. This won't even give you... It will give you multiple things that are positive for yourself. Not just the time management and the consciousness and the control, but it will give you this sense of dopamine that is just it's not describable. If you start getting dopamine hits out of situations like that, where you click off your to-do because you did something and you feel good about it, imagine how easy it will become to do anything. Way easier. It's going to become way easier. So, what does it take? Well, it takes time management. It takes vision, goals. You have to understand where you're going. And I've talked about a lot about this. But I never talked about this. That time is the most... You have to be the most conscious in your whole existence when it comes to time. You have to know what you're doing in that second, in that minute. I know that I'm recording a podcast right now. I'm in my room. I'm thinking about everything. I'm in my house, in my apartment, whatever. In this state, a lot of times when things happen and they just happen, I look back and I say, whoa, a day just went by. What I do is just sit down on the ground, get my hands together, and I just think, okay, I'm currently in my apartment. This apartment is located in this place. This place is located in this city. This city is located in this country. This country is located in Europe. Europe is located in this part of the world. The world is located in this universe. The universe in this galaxy, whatever. And I visualize this. I just see myself zooming out, bam, 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 bam. And then out of nowhere, I see these images of universes and galaxies. This sounds crazy, but you just imagine that. And the next thing that you do is you zoom in again. So you're zooming in from the galaxies to universes to Milky Way, whatever, and you come to Earth. And then you go from Earth to Europe, whatever, and then you come to your house. Boom, you're there. You're high ready. You're conscious about yourself, where you're at, what are you doing, what are you talking about, what are you thinking about. Now, what on the world, what on earth is able to control you then? Nothing. Nothing. Your understanding of time will give you the control you need to reach anything you ever put your mind to. Anything. So from today, when you listen to this podcast today, I want you to download an app on their phone or just use a calendar on your phone and just start writing anything in. It's so easy. It's so easy. And it will be something so fun to make sometimes, because you're gonna know what you're gonna do. You're not gonna wake up with no plan. I even write in the time blocks of my employment, so where I work at. I even have that in. Because I have to make I don't have to, but I want to make my mind conscious about the fact that I'm starting work now. I'm starting to work now. So it's not just laying down, watching a series or a movie, but it's work. And my conscious is ready, high ready, because it's connected to that. It's connected to the fact that I write things down, that I plan things out, and that I look at it every day. My calendar is the most looked at thing I've did in the past 8 months, 9 months. Now, many of the people that listen to this podcast know me and know what I do, but the people that don't know and don't really understand what I do, well, I work, I do business, and I do a lot of other stuff. And to manage that, you have to somehow have an understanding about time. If you don't have that, you're never going to be able to do anything right. You're going to be like that painter that is late and then just gets replaced. And you don't want to be replaced. You want to be the thing that nobody can replace. And to get to that situation, to know what it takes to be irreplaceable, to be very successful, to understand how to work with successful people, whatever, you have to be first conscious about yourself, conscious about your time. And the way you're going to become conscious about anything is first understanding the principle of time and what it takes to understand time. If you understand that you have to understand time because of this and that and this reason, the things that I just explained, you are going to be able to sit on tables that you never ever thought is possible. I'm not talking about these elites, whatever. I'm talking about very successful people in their own field that understood this a long time ago. Being conscious about not just yourself and who you are, but being conscious about the fact that time runs. Minutes go by, hours go by. So I have to fill out these hours with things that's gonna get me to that point where I want to go at. So what does it take? It takes management of your time. It takes goals, understanding, consciousness. A lot of things. So the number one thing that you should do after this podcast or after this episode, if you want to take steps towards a life that is really possible for you and reachable for you, is get conscious about time and get conscious about the fact that you have to have control of yourself by managing time. I think this whole episode is pretty much structured the way I really wanted it, so I'm gonna keep it this way. I wish you a beautiful week. Keep hustling. Another week, another chance to move. We have exactly 1 month to go for this year. So yeah, I've explained a lot of times how to plan your year. Maybe 2026 is the year you're gonna start planning it out. Action steps, going after it. And if not, then not. Then you're gonna stay stuck for the next, I don't know how many years, but some people want to stay stuck. Some people just don't want to be conscious. Just as they said in the Matrix movies, they like the steak. They like the taste of not doing anything and not being conscious and understanding. Because, yes, to be honest, it is a pretty alright life. I mean, who doesn't want to be just like a baby? Everybody takes control of you. You can't really do anything by yourself. So you just get help anywhere you go. Your boss helps you. Your parents, your whatever, anything. The system is helping you. You just get along. You don't understand anything, but just things are happening. And it feels alright because it's not so bad. So why not? I just go on clubbing. I go home. Weekend, I go out. Fart a little bit somewhere, whatever. And this is life. And maybe you want to live that life. But for the people that really have something going on in their heart, in their deep soul. They go to sleep before they close their eyes and go to sleep. They have this last thought, that feeling of, is there more? For those people, time management is the number one thing. And if you understand that concept, I can nearly guarantee that things are going to move in a direction that you really want. So yes, my friend, have a beautiful week. Don't forget to be conscious and take control of your life by understanding the concept of time. Till next time.